Welcome along everybody to our latest lap guide, and this one will serve two purposes this week. First, we have the MRL, the Midland Racing League, round 5 here at Interlagos, and this is also the choice for this week's daily race B, which is our Hot Lap Challenge round 16. So we'll get right into the lap. As I've come out the final corner, I'm going to go wide to the right on this one to get a nice straight line to the first braking point. So let's get into our view. Here we go. Oh, let's turn on our info. Right, let's get into the lap. We'll keep it nice and straight here, and we're looking for just after the 50 board. As soon as that goes off the screen, as you can see, I'm losing power and I'm just starting to brake. Let's go on a couple of frames. Yep, braking now. Braking a straight line. You want to go down to second and then cut up onto third for the first part of the Senna S. And then coming out, you want to be right onto the right hand side of the curb. Only need two wheels on the curb to pass. So let's see how we get on. I think it was a bit wide on the second part here. So up to third onto this one. Cut onto here and fourth. Use all of this curb if you need to. All the way around, and we are looking for just after the escape road coming up on the right hand side. We're going to go down to third for this one. Keep it in third. As you can see, I'm just starting to brake now. And again, we've got to brake in this straight line, kind of trail it a wee bit into the corner, but as soon as you get off the curb, get on the power. Here we go. There's curb onto the power straight away. Use this curb if you need to, but that's okay. Cut onto this one, stay left. The double right-hander, I kind of missed the apex a bit for this one. As you can see, just starting to brake before the 50. I should have gone down to third. It would have helped the rotation, get onto the first apex. But I kept quite a high speed this time, so it wasn't too bad. Here we go. Stayed in fourth, should have gone to third. Then I go to third, then up to fourth on the exit. We are looking for this tyre mark on the left-hand side coming off the curb. As you can see, that's my braking point. Down to second, cut all the way onto the curb and get on the power. Get the car straight as soon as possible through these sweeping sections. So on the power, just hold this one, and then when we've got the the green AstroTurf on the left hand side, as that's starting to come into the screen, you should be able to get back on power. As you can see, I'm just about to start on the power. Half power and then full throttle out. Use this curb for the run out if you need to. Just after the start of this curbing here, this is where I'm braking, as you can see. We're going to brake out to the left and then cut in second. Again, same as the last right-hander. Use all the curb if you can. Get on the power early. This one causes off camber, makes the car a bit unstable, but that's okay. Cut all onto this curb. And there's no real brake marker here except for this change in fencing on the right-hand side. It's hard to see when you're racing, but if you can make that bit, as you can see, I'm just starting to brake now. Again, for this left-hander, down to second. Since we're off the curb, get on the power and power all the way up the hill. Here we go. Down to second, off the curb, on the power. Keep it nice and tight all the way to the line. And every extra mile an hour you carry around here really helps, especially coming up the hill here. So if you can do it in plus 60 miles an hour, that's all the better. Sticking left, right close to the wall. Be careful, the wall does encroach quite a bit. So that's a 140.5. And what we'll do now is we'll go back a lap. We'll go back a lap, sorry, and we'll start it again. Although I don't know why it's not want to go back a lap. Let's go back to the start. Here we are. Right. Let's change our view and we'll do it all in real time for you. So as I said, sweep over to the right. Try and get that extra mile an hour out of the car before you cross the line. There's the 50. Up to third, cut all this curb. That wasn't bad. And of course, use all this one if you need to. Let the car drift over to the right by itself. and then get ready for your escape road. There it is on the brakes, down to third, cut in, on the power. As soon as you know you'll make this without running too wide here, or you will get a penalty. And at the 50, just 60 metres out, brake. I should have chucked it down to third. It would have given me a little bit less speed, drifting that in there. There's the eyebrows. Down to second, onto the curb. Get out. That's nice, that wasn't too bad. On the power nice and early. There's the start of the curb, down to second. Just hold the car on the curb. Careful here. If you touch that curb, it might send the car spinning. You'll lose the back end, so be careful there. This one's nice and straightforward. There's the brake and the fence. Up to second, on the power. Again, could have had an extra 2 or 3 miles an hour out of that, and that would have done me the world of good coming up here. Would have been at least a 10th. Nice and tight towards the line. And that's our lap guide for the 2 events this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll post it under both playlists so you can find it easy enough. And I'll catch you again in the next one very soon. Cheers all.